everybody, and welcome once again to Apostolic Children's Ministry Podcast. We are excited because we have a even bigger group than we have the last couple of times we recorded with our ILC group. We have some new face and faces we haven't seen in a while. So we're going to go around the room and welcome everybody. This is a part of our ever growing and flourishing Sunday school team. Let's start to my left. We have
Danny.
Danny's back. You guys know Danny.
Sarah.
Everybody knows Sarah Tirado. Well, we have two Sarahs, so ambiguity is Devil's Volleyball, so we can't have that. We got Sarah T. and
Leia.
Leia. I think this is Leia's first time on the podcast. Leia, we are so excited you're here. She has been in Sunday school for how long now, Leia?
Oh.
We ask them hard-hitting questions.
About 12
we ask
years, right?
hard-hitting questions.
Does Power Hour count?
Well, I can, sure. Or I guess we'll probably get into how long how you got started and all that. But let's start with maybe your most recent involvement.
2 years recently.
2 years, and she is like just a rock star. You guys have probably seen her on a couple of the videos. She does such a great job. In fact, she electrocuted me on video one time, I believe. Is that correct?
I don't think your memory is right.
No, it was a helmet that shocked me.
I think those might have been just like hallucinations from like old age.
I have video proof that this happens.
That is some very vivid hallucinations.
We also know who edits the videos.
Yeah.
Truth. There might be some truth to that.
I feel like
but Sister Leia really has done such a fabulous job. She helps on our buses and on our Sunday school. And you said, let's just dig into that a little bit deeper since we're on you real quick. You said you've been in this before. When was that? That was quite some time.
Before Brother Philip took over Sunday school.
And I'm really old.
Yeah.
What was that, like 40 years
Yeah, I know. I said that before anybody else.
How old were you? Like 2, 3?
Okay, let's not admit we're actually the same age. But Tristan, you're still my favorite. Anyway,
so can we just clarify, every time you call me old, you're calling her old. Ha!
No.
Yes.
That's just the age you say you
Tristan's
are.
not allowed to talk anymore. Sister Leia. All right.
So, 24 years. 24 years. He did Power Hour with actually my sister-in-law, Sister Sharon Pierce, who was over that when Brother Arlen Pierce headed up Sunday school. Actually, Brother Donnie Pound was over.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. A lot of great men leading our Sunday school. So we did Power Hour back then, which was the same concept of super class. And it was a lot of fun.
Yep, and then you took some time off, and you are back, and what an incredible asset you have been. What was the reason you got involved, I guess, in the first place, or what was your motivation to come back? I'm just curious. I always like to ask that question. What triggered you into helping?
Well, I took a little break just from changes in life, raising children, being a full-time busy mom, working full-time, just the load of everything. You have to pick and choose. You have to make what works for your family.
So you chose your kids over everybody else. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Leia, that was so messed up.
I did my job raising my children.
That's a joke. I'm sorry, that was not even cool. I should not have said that. Did I also mention that we don't edit these? So what goes in comes out. So
I would also like to point out she was still taking care of children. She in fact was taking care of me at school.
Truth.
Yes.
She was taking care of your children when you weren't.
Yes, and you're talking again. You're not allowed to talk. All right.
I did have all three. So then I came back because I missed Sunday school. I love it. I loved working with these kids. I talked to a lady today. There's no joy like working with a child and seeing their eyes light up and them catching a concept, whether it be teaching in a school situation or in Sunday school.
She also teaches at our Christian school, so she is heavily involved at our church. But we are so excited that you have rejoined, and what an incredible asset you have been. And of course, we have Liz, the one and only Liz. She is now leading our toddler class. Sister Lozano has done such a just unbelievable job for so many years, and Liz has been taking her place for how long now?
Oh, I don't even know.
I know you were helping her before, but
it was this year.
So it hasn't been super long, but she is doing a great job. And those are some big shoes to fill. She is so good at what she does. And when she comes back, she's going to mesh with you guys perfectly.
She's like,
she's amazing.
She is incredible. But Liz, in your own right, you are a phenomenal
I
toddler
think we
teacher.
need to start recording some of these toddler lessons.
It would be incredible.
I mean,
And do you know how much demand there would be for those? To record those toddler lessons? There's a lot of teachers.
Oh, I actually, after the training that we had, a couple of my teachers talked to me and said that they would be interested in starting to record some of this stuff.
Let's do it. I'm trying to start a weekly recording routine where every single week we're recording something. Trying to get back to that recording an object lesson every week to make so at the end of the year we have a book to put out.
Yeah.
We're doing that every year. Anyway, so I'm trying to get back to that. But man, we'd love to tag you guys into that.
Yeah,
There's a
even
lot of toddler classes that we're not reaching right now.
Yeah, even like starting to save what we do, like you guys do in the curriculum document. And I've had a couple of people from our daughter works that are interested in starting Sunday school, but they have a lot of toddlers that want to kind of shadow us and get ideas from us and stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah, don't let us forget this. This is really a neat concept. We have a lot of people asking about toddlers, and quite frankly, I don't have any experience with them. So my answer is talk to Liz, talk to Sister Lozano, because they know things.
don't you have like 4 kids?
Yes, and you're not allowed to talk. All right, then we have, next is Bree. Now you're allowed to talk. We have, okay, Tristan, for the first time is going to listen. Tristan is here. She's my daughter, by the way, the reason I'm giving her such a hard time. And then we have
Erica
Tirado. Last podcast was her first one on, so we have a lot of new energy. This is exciting. So I think we should talk about last week first, because I wasn't there, but I saw numbers that were bonkers.
yes.
Bonkers. Okay, how many kids were just in the super class, in the 5 to 11? I heard a number of 122. Is that right? 122
Definitely over
kids?
100 for sure.
Yeah,
From what
There
we
was a
could
lot.
count.
It seemed like the
Yeah,
five.
it's like counting an anthill. We know how that is. But 122 is
It
a
was packed in
ridiculous amount. Now, we're in our fellowship hall, so our back wall is a cloth pipe and drape wall that we can move back a little bit. But goodness, we're already halfway back. And this is a 40-foot by 90-foot building. So it's man, we bought 16 new benches. And those were, completely inadequate. So we basically pulled all of our old benches back into play. If we hadn't bought those new ones, we'd probably be trying to build some other ones. So
And we pulled chairs out.
that's wild. 122 5 to 11-year-olds. And I wasn't even here to enjoy the chaos,
The energy.
pandemonium.
Energy.
Yeah.
That's a good
We're gonna
word.
call it energy.
But I saw pictures. You guys still had awesome class, a great altar call.
Absolutely.
That says a
Yeah.
lot about you guys, your ability to keep the attention of the kids. We talked in that training that we just did. A big part of discipline problems typically come when kids get bored. They entertain themselves, and you guys are so good at keeping their attention. So I can't believe that didn't just devolve into chaos and kids murdering one another. But you guys, that's awesome. So let's talk bus ministry first. Can we do that?
Yeah.
I wasn't here. I want to hear about it. So first of all, what all did we bring? I think it was, what numbers?
96 is
I
what I
think so.
saw.
Yeah,
96.
96. So we're almost hitting that 100 barrier.
Amazing.
And yellow and blue are the ones that brought the
Blue.
most.
Yes.
It was so
I hate to even do this, but
amazing.
blue blew up. Like they. I'm sorry, that
We
wasn't
did
even
this
intentional. I
last
could hear it
week.
It's
coming
like
out.
a weekly joke now.
All the
Yes.
That was awesome.
But they really
It was
did.
so
20, what did they have? 20?
I think 26, 27.
They were the high 20s.
They were
For sure.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
And then yellow.
I was so proud.
Yellow normally has single
27
digits.
I think is what it was. 27.
They went from
Yes.
single digits to high 20s in a week.
It was so
That's
cool.
so
What?
insane.
What did they pick up a school?
I
Like
was
what?
so
What did they
proud.
do?
No, they probably did.
I'm serious. I wish one of them was here because I don't know what happened.
I know. Someone called it.
Does anyone know?
No, I
Call
don't.
Kevin or Seth.
I just know it. Yellow blew up too.
Yes.
yellow,
doesn't work
yellow,
right as
blue.
That means green.
We can do primary color mixing. All right. But yeah, so yellow had their biggest numbers in forever. Probably ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blue had their
Yes.
biggest, and I think ever.
Yeah.
I think
that
green was a little down. I think they had 18. Is that right? I think that's what I saw. 18.
Yeah, around
sounds
there.
right.
Orange was a little down as well, and so we have potential to be picking up our goal of 125 over the next.
I think it's
little
important
bit.
to note yellow is probably one of our farthest.
That is a really good point.
It's
yeah,
true.
It's
hit that hard.
farther than orange.
Yeah.
They drive quite a distance to go pick up these kids, and that's tough.
Is it safe to say one way they're driving
25,
close to 30
30.
minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went with them one time and it was a long drive.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of the kids just sitting there. But they're so good
They
at just
drive to
like
work.
talking to the kids, keeping them entertained so they're once again not like jumping over the
If you guys are hearing this podcast, I wish you could meet Seth and Kevin.
They're so
they are
Have
cool.
them on.
some
We
of the
should do
coolest
like a
people
captain's
ever.
Yeah, bus captains.
podcast. They're
Bus captains
insanely
podcast.
cool.
Yeah, they're awesome,
Can I
and
brag
the
on them
kids
for a
love.
second?
Please
Go for
go.
it.
No, this is not about compliments.
Okay.
No, yes.
Seth and Kevin are amazing. They're not just amazing bus captains, they're just amazing young people. They really love these kids. They get in there, they get to know these kids, they talk to them, they interact with them on a level that you don't really see very often. That's why they had 27, because they have this time to connect
Yes.
with these young people on their bus. And I'm not talking like teenage boys their age. I'm talking they have a bunch of toddlers.
Yeah.
They have parents. It's not just children on this bus ride.
Yeah.
He has a consistent mom that comes every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think she has 5 or 6 kids.
So
There's
I think like
several.
6.
Wow.
But
3
they
are in my
range.
toddler class.
I love what you
Yes.
just said, Leia, because you're mentioning them taking a potential negative of a long drive and turning it into a positive, into a strong suit, where they are developing relationships during that 25-minute travel
Right.
time.
Yeah.
That some of us, because we're spoiled by this, how close we are, like Green Route, we're minutes from the church. We're 5 at most 10 minutes on our longest piece, and that's something I didn't even think about till you said it. We don't have that long time to build a relationship on a single trip. Now we have
Right.
plenty of opportunities and we can make opportunities, but that's great to take a negative and turn it into an asset. That's cool.
So they're doing an awesome job
They really
on that
are.
route.
Yeah.
They
And
really are.
As a driver, I've drove for them many times, and they interact with the kids a lot. And even then, when they were on the small bus, I mean, they were going from kid to kid, giving each of them attention that they, and it was just awesome. It was just cool to see them, do that with the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. If I had a single piece of advice for bus workers, is interact. Just talk to kids. If you don't think you're the kind that can do the song and dance and make balloons, and some people just don't feel like if they can't be a Delaney, they can't do anything. It's kind of like the
Right.
mentality that some people have. You don't have to be a cookie cutter bus worker. You can be your own person still, your own personality. Just talk to kids, genuinely be
Yeah.
nice, and genuinely care about them, and you will be a rock star
It
bus
makes a
worker.
difference, huge difference when they feel seen like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's growing, it's getting exciting. And so we picked up a mess of kids, and I guess from what I heard, the bulk of them was all in our class. I mean, not all of them, but a big chunk of them. To have 122 and picked up 90 something, apparently a big chunk of them
About
ended
a
up
third
in
of
our
them were in
class.
super class.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. And what about toddlers? Did you have some new ones
We
from
had
there?
From bus? No.
Because you
We
have the
had
2
a
to
new
4 year olds.
one from
That is a
church.
younger crowd.
Yeah, we had about 19 this week. And I was down 3 teachers. So
Oh my.
19 2 to 4 year olds sounds like my personal version of purgatory. Like,
So I did Jonah and the Whale this week, and
Poor
it was
whale.
such a cute concept. It was so
I
thought
posted
out.
pictures in the
Oh
chat.
man,
of
I
the
had
whale.
everything planned. It was gonna be the best Sunday ever. We were gonna make slime. We were like, it was gonna be amazing.
You're saying this
But
all
it was-
as in like it was going to be, it should have been.
Well, there were 20 toddlers and like three teachers. Usually we have like 6 in the class.
How many toddlers do you usually have?
We average about 20.
But they average more teachers. That's what she's trying to say.
Yes.
Now you did say slime?
So,
Slime and
okay.
20 toddlers?
So
In Leia's classroom?
I'm not crying at all. It's okay.
well, we did sensory bins, so there's probably rice all over her classroom still.
We're using
tried
it for
to-
an art project.
Yeah, you guys have.
But we were gonna talk about how Jonah didn't, follow.
How he
God's
played
will.
with the whale guts or what? I'm trying to figure where the slime comes in here.
No, it's like your guys'
There was like
object
sardines mixed in with it.
I should
I'm
have
sorry.
done that. I would have done that if I had thought of it.
At least get the
I
oil, the juice in
promise.
there,
No, that's okay. Next year. Write that down. No, but so it's like your object lesson where you're following a recipe to make cookies, but you do it completely wrong. So like that sister Mercado, Annalisa, did the good slime. She was putting all the right ingredients, all the right amount, and I was just putting junk. I did like apple sauce. I put chocolate sauce to make it brown and gross. Crackers. Mine was like food, just like a mesh of food. It kind of got the point across. They were a little just hands-on. My whale got torn apart.
All right, I can see.
But it's okay. It was a good time. I think they'll remember.
She's just trying to block it.
We're like, that was the best day ever. I died.
I really honestly, I think it was chaos, but some of the kids actually got stuff from it. So I always have to remember that. They'll never forget it. They're like, remember the time I got to throw all the rice from the sensory bin everywhere?
And we fought a whale.
We fought a whale. Got out of the whale. Yeah, they were in the whale and they were able to get out.
I
and
was like,
everything.
Jonah, the whale ate me.
So I mean,
I'm anything but the voice of experience, but I've heard in the toddler class, if they can leave with one key concept, you've won.
Yes.
So if they've
absolutely.
done that, you're happy. If you can get more than that, it's ideal. But I mean, you just come away with one concept that a parent can say, "What did you learn today?" And they can say, "I learned about Jonah the whale, that God can save us," or whatever it is. I don't know what you guys, what their takeaway was, but
It's very fun.
it's a different. Your goals are just different.
Yes, and Sister Lozano is so good at that, taking a really big concept and making it small for the kids, little bite-sized toddler.
And I like how everything you guys do tends to lean into the same topic. The snacks lean into it typically. You're from the beginning to end. It's just it all ties into it, and you guys do a fabulous job with that. We did go all the way around, right? Yeah, we did.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
So, any more about bus? Anything unique? Anything break down? All the vehicles worked this time.
They all worked.
That's
It
positive.
all worked.
Yeah.
All the drivers were here.
All the drivers.
By the way, it sounds like I wasn't even in church. I wasn't on vacation. I was in church. We were doing a children's ministry
We weren't gonna
service in
ask,
Ventura with Brother Sam and Howard. So we were.
I saw no proof.
And we were doing Fishers of Men, so it was kind of tied into what you had.
You guys should have built
Same
a well.
brain.
That was their theme and decor and everything. So maybe they caught Jonah's fish. I don't know. Or maybe they caught Jonah. Fisher.
Imagine.
I don't know. Were you there?
Reverse
Wait, what did you know?
Somebody's there.
What did you know?
I didn't do the decor. I wondered because there was like fish, like
But
with,
you said
with the word
that you
souls
said
written on
maybe
them.
they
So
caught
maybe one of
him. How
them.
did you not know?
Maybe one of them was Jonah.
Did you check?
They weren't labeled.
Did you?
Why
How
didn't
did
you
that
check?
go?
You're not allowed to talk. Okay, moving along.
Back to that again.
All right, bus ministry was awesome, and we expect to see it grow. And it looks like, based on everything I'm seeing and hearing, that we're kind of regrouping and refocusing on outreach and getting people energized about it. Like we had 12. Well, we had 8 on Wednesday, and then another 4 on Saturday. So we had 12 of our bus workers. This is just off Green Route. I know the fact that we have 12 workers on Green Route makes people mad at me. But there are many of them we have to give rides.
She's like, I was looking at it.
Listen, I do not set these routes. I have inherited people and I'm thrilled with it. But I have also made it clear to Brother Julian and others that if they need some of our people, even though it would be very distressing to lose them, that we are willing to share.
Wait, but what are you saying? You had 8 and then
8 on Wednesday going outreach.
go on outreach. Okay,
And
I
then
didn't.
4
I
on
didn't
Saturday
understand
going
what
We
outreach.
just picked up 4 random people.
So what I'm saying is 12 of our 13 people went on outreach last week. That's
Right,
exciting.
that was a good clarification.
That's
I
exciting.
think needed to be
Yeah,
made.
I thought you were bringing kids from your bus route here. That's
No,
why I didn't.
no. So we're just really making a refocus on making multiple times during the week for outreach. Like this week, we're going Thursday and Saturday. And it's just for those that can't make it Saturday because, like I said, many of them don't drive. They're out there with their parents. And so we're giving them two options. We're trying to take away any reason they can't go. And if they can't go to either one, then like there's one that this week, I don't think they can go to either one. I'm going to make a third possible, hey, text this list of people or call them and see if they're coming. So just so they can feel like they're still a part even though they can't come. Now, if they have a car and they just don't want to come, that's on them.
Fired.
Oh, wow. Orange out. We don't play around.
I'm sorry, it was more to me.
Oh, you fired her.
Next
So I'm moving on.
Anyway, it's exciting to see this grow. We are 20 minutes in and have not even hit Sunday school yet. We talked about the story of Rebecca and Isaac. We use that loosely.
We did.
Our group that I was not a part of talked about Rebecca and Isaac.
You missed
So
it too.
I know I did. I'm really upset about it, and I wish it was recorded. So let's start with our pre-class stuff. Sister Leia, you did the offering and prayer request. So what exactly does that entail?
Well, we created a prayer box, where the kids can come and put prayers in. And anything that's very sensitive, we keep it in the box. And it's there in our Sunday school room throughout, the week. So as I go by, I'll pull them out during the week because I'm here every day. And I'll pray over one or two as I pull it out. But those that are not sensitive in nature, we hang them on our tree that we have decorated in our Sunday school room. So we have several up there hanging up. People can walk by, see them, pull them off, pray over them. So the kids know that they're there every week. And I noticed something the last couple weeks. As I had prayed for these, I went up to the children individually that I had prayed over and I let them know. And their faces. Like it meant so much to
That's
them.
a really good point, Leia. We need to give them feedback.
Yeah.
It
We've
was
been
so
praying
cool.
with you about this. That's a big deal for these kids.
Yeah.
So it was neat to just see their faces, like when you told them you were praying for them, like it meant so much. That was really neat. So we keep that prayer box to keep collecting them, change out. I need to get more clips for our tree because we're out.
Can you explain to the people what that process looks like? What are you doing? So as the kids come in the room, how are you approaching the children?
So as the kids come in, I just interact with them. I talk to them. I ask them about their week, how's their morning, what's going on. I ask them, you guys got anything you want to pray about? Anything that you want me to specifically pray for you this week? If you have a prayer request, if they don't write, I'll write it down for them or have somebody else in the room write it down. If they do, they can write it themselves. So we just kind of talk about it. I want them to know that they have a safe place where somebody really cares and they're gonna pray for them and pray with them. So we talk, we hang out and we interact. And then while I'm doing that, I'll ask them if they have offering at the same time. And have a cool new offering coming up, little bucket. So I'm going with our theme because it looks like a garden.
Growing in God.
So I've got two little buckets, and so I've got this long stick that I'm gonna walk around with the buckets on the end. I'm looking for a Farmer John girl outfit.
Farmer Jane.
Okay, I missed
Farmer
a
Jane.
bucket, a stick with a
Like
bucket.
the where you put the stick and you have
The
the two
one
buckets
bucket.
on either
Yeah.
end where you like hold them on your
Oh,
shoulder.
Because we have our
okay,
well.
yeah.
The
Got
well
it.
is really
Is there like a
cute.
boy and a girl one?
Oh, I can paint them. That's a good.
I thought that's where that was going.
So
I was
now,
And then you could like start leaning
a
as
challenge.
Oh, and then
So,
that was awesome.
that's a great idea.
Genius.
So I will paint them boys and girls. So you know how you have the buckets to collect water?
Yeah.
So we'll have our offering
cool.
buckets this weekend.
Is it going to be on ropes, like hanging on ropes?
We can, yes.
You like the stick?
The stick is across and the buckets are hanging down from it.
That's cool.
So it'll be neat. We'll post
You look
pictures.
like Heidi in the story of Heidi.
Heidi.
Like, you know,
In Heidi.
Switzerland. The Switzerland Heidi.
Yeah,
No,
Heidi and Heidi.
I know, but I was trying to differentiate from Heidi Zamora, our other teacher.
Well, her name is
Heidi. I know, but a lot of people call her Heidi.
Well,
Anyway.
we don't.
Yeah, but some people did.
But we don't. Okay,
Like
no
when I
one
can't
knew
remember her name. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Heidi. I'm
He
kidding.
just pronounces the J whenever he can't remember.
JD.
Hey, JD, what's up? So while you're doing that, oh, by the way, she is doing this in the leading up to 10 o'clock time. So kids are trickling in from 9:30-ish up until about 10.
Right.
And you're there to greet the kids. So there's no downtime, like we said in our training, that if we don't entertain the kids, they will find entertainment. And so we've got to make sure that there's something for them to do. So while you're doing that, someone else is doing the dead air filler,
Yes.
a game or something. So as the kids come in, they can be either watching that activity or participating in it, which this time was Natalia. And I heard she played Marco Polo.
She did.
How exactly did that work?
It was amazing.
What happened?
Gotta be honest, I actually kind of played Marco Polo with the kids and Natalia. And so, like, after I collected prayers and offerings, and then I played with them. And we had so much
So
fun.
I played Marco Polo in a pool. So I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
a
we
little
put water
fuzzy
in
here.
the fellowship hall.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm glad I was done. I cannot be blamed.
she blindfolded them. And then they counted.
There was no water, right? That was a
Well,
breeze.
not in
Yeah, that was.
fellowship hall.
I was kidding.
Can we safely disregard the breeze?
Was
She boiled somebody, so I'm not taking anything for
That
granted.
was dehydrated
just
water.
a kiddie pool.
It was
That's all it was.
Yes, we used dehydrated water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Right.
it.
Marco Polo.
We had so much fun. It was
Well,
such
so
a
what she
great
did was she
concept.
just blindfolded the kid who was, who was it.
Marco.
Marco. And
But it's like easy he polo
they
because
would
he's
just-
calling Marco.
all the kids were scattered out throughout the class. And yeah, they would just call out Marco and then they would call it. And they
was
would
so
try
much
to
fun.
So
go
same exact concept,
Yeah,
except
but
just
just-
not in water.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It was pretty cool.
It was a great time.
Great job, Talia.
And it was good to get all the kids were able to participate at the same time, which was
Yes.
really neat.
Yeah, so we don't make that a time of teaching because you got kids, a lot of movement, kids come in and out, and so anything you try to teach is going to be lost, or a kid's going to catch half of it when they come in midway or whatever. So it's just a time of fun, entertaining, and silliness to keep their attention until class starts. Which, when it started, we did the creative intro. We had Keith and Heidi Zamora, and they did the intro. So what happened?
So with them, Keith was like a camp counselor or a hiking leader or something, and he had the little boys with him. He had 3 little boys, and they came walking in, dehydrated for water. So they needed water, and
Well, there's plenty of dehydrated water there, apparently.
Exactly.
and Haiti was at the other end. Haiti was at the other
Catching
end.
on.
She's in her letter.
She had like this little stand of water, and so they were like, "Oh, we need water, and they showed her buckets that they were empty, and so she was like, "Oh, I got plenty," and she would just give them cups of water, and so
Cute.
Of course, building on the story of Isaac and Rebecca, Abraham sending his servants to go get a wife for his son, and his manservant finding her and asking her to water his camels, which these boys probably did drink like camels, I can imagine. So again, introducing the topic in some fun, silly way. Real quick, we just mentioned the training that we just did on Thursday, just as a real quick aside. So on Thursday, we did a training, which we're doing for our super class mainly, but also all of our other teachers are welcome to participate. And it's just a once a month, get better session, just so we can always try to get better. These annual seminars are awesome. They are phenomenal. But sometimes we can forget so much in between. You got 12 months. And so we're just doing it once a month for 1 hour, a hard stop. After 1 hour, we're done. We're
Like
out.
if you're in the middle of a
Mid-sentence.
word, get out.
Almost. We were
Yeah.
almost exactly done it at 7.
Yes.
And so we're trying to do that once a month when we record them. For those that can't make it, there's super low pressure on attendance. We'd love for you to be there, but if not, just please watch the video so we can all be on the same page. And so we covered a lot of this stuff, like what each segment is for, how it builds a foundation for the things following it, and the order, the explanation for why we do certain things in certain orders. So let's go into the next one, Weekly Challenge Super Kid of the Week. That was Elena. And did she do anything out of the ordinary in that? I'm learning this stuff along with the people listening to the podcast. I wasn't here.
I was kind of in and out because I was behind stage, but
she didn't really do nothing out of the ordinary. She just kind of was like,
Weekly challenge, we just discussed what happened during our social media challenge that Sister Liz typically will record and post. Is that right?
Yeah. What? Yes.
Yes, correct.
And we'll challenge the kids to do something during the week. And then they, and during this weekly challenge segment, they will call out the winners and then give the next week's challenge, which is then posted by Liz the following Monday. They also do the Super Kid of the Week, where we call out a certain child that is standing out for a good reason, and we reward them with a certificate. Although we did have an idea today that I posted in the chat, and I hope it takes off and be fun.
yeah.
Are you doing that, Tristan?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Tell them what you're doing.
All right, so basically his idea was, for instance, like the Super Kid of the Week is there was a time when we did like the superheroes, when we gave away like these capes and masks to literally like almost everyone. And so it'd be cool to do like the Super Kid and have them put on the cape, put on the mask, and then take a Polaroid picture of it.
Of them in a
Yes.
super action pose,
Yes,
like
and
jumping
then-
off a building. Wait.
Whoa.
We didn't talk about that part.
That was what is it? We'll talk about that later. But
Gotta ease into these things.
Don't put that out in public like that. How dare we? We'll just kind of
0 to
slip it in there
100.
quiet.
and then get like a some kind of board and put their picture up on the wall so we would see all of the Super Kids.
The Super Kid board.
Yes.
Yeah. The idea is that kids will want to be on that board. You know, everybody likes seeing pictures of themselves on a board, and so I think the kids would enjoy that. And having a cool prize, because sometimes we can give an award to like a Super Kid, and sometimes the other kids are distracted. But if that's up there all the time,
Yeah.
I think they're going to really want to be on that board. And so we're doing a little Polaroid picture that will print instantly, and then tack it up there for the future. All right, and then we had our rules. Sister Sarah, what'd you do?
So it's the new rules, the SOAP, SOAP, which stands for self, others, authorities, and place. I kind of came in.
so what
Little bit
happened was she
late.
came in late, okay?
had
And
to
so what was cool about it though, what really actually went through with it was Keith didn't know it.
I had to
Keith was in there and he was like,
Okay.
What is soap? You
Was
know?
he being serious?
He was
Yeah,
being
he was being
serious
serious.
because he wasn't
because
here.
last
Keith missed the training. Someone didn't watch the video. You're being caught.
But he honestly didn't know what was going on with soap. And he was like, what's soap? And I'm like, oh, well, great.
He's been out of the chat
Here's
for a little bit too, Ed.
You know, here's Sister Sarah
Right
to
when
come
he
to tell
said
you.
that, I was running in.
Sarah does our check-in for the church side, by the way. So if she's not
Yeah.
there, it's not because she hasn't been here for a long time already.
I was cleaning, that's why.
Yes.
So then I came running in, and I was like, "Oh, brother Keith, let me tell you what SOAP is. It's our new rules."
It was brilliant.
And we grabbed
All
4
carefully
kids.
planned, scripted.
Carefully planned.
To the T.
We grabbed 4 kids and they held up the signs that Sister Leia made, and they're so pretty and glittery, but it's SOAP. And then I was like, oh, self, we respect ourselves because we're the children of God. We respect others because we treat them how we want to be treated. We respect authorities. I don't know what that was, so I didn't say why we respect authorities.
The Bible
You're
says.
talking about yourself.
Respect me because I said
I was like, we respect authorities because they're authorities.
Because
Makes sense.
they're good people.
Baptist matter.
And then the place because it's the house of God. And so we just went over it.
You listen to me because
And then
I said so.
and then I said, what does S stand for? And they told me self. And then I said, what does O stand for? Others. And we just went over and over it like that.
That's so
So,
funny.
That's great.
For future authorities is the teachers. So, basically, listen to us when we tell you something. No, that's great. That's awesome. And that worked out well because I can see Keith being really funny teaching him soap.
he was so confused.
One of the
Sure.
kids caught on last week, Brother Ruben Lomeli is new and he did it with me. And one of our kids in Sunday school, when Keith was like, what are you talking about? What is soap? And we're like, you don't know, so we're going to teach you. And the kids are like, didn't Brother Lomeli not know last week?
Oh my word. They keep
I'm like, yeah, but he wasn't here either, so he doesn't know either.
This is so we're gonna teach everyone.
He actually did not know.
A little brutal,
He was
aren't you?
confused.
It was a joke last time. This is not a joke.
And then we had our story, the telling of the story of Rebecca and Isaac. And this was Greg. and I heard something about arranged marriage.
Wow.
Or no?
Well,
Or he asked someone to marry him on stage.
Whoa.
Wait,
Whoa.
I'm fuzzy.
I was Isaac, or not Isaac. I was Abraham. And I told, honestly, that's
I'm glad I wasn't here because I probably
You
would have
would've
been
been
Abraham. Yeah.
Greg was my
Had
servant, so
4,000
I told
children.
Greg to go find me Isaac a wife or whatever. And so that's when Bree and Isaac came out. Isaac Rocha. So
Who played Isaac?
to play Isaac. And
Isaac
so-
played Isaac.
Oh, so he showed up this time.
Yeah.
So he didn't show up conveniently when he was going to be killed.
But when he's getting married to
But then
Anyway, for Isaac.
that poor guy, yeah, his motivations are clear.
He didn't want to be boiled by her. He wanted to marry. Got it. We got it.
We understand it.
Okay, I'm still confused. So
So anyway.
It's her turn now because she was out.
So basically Greg was he was the servant, Abraham's servant, and also kind of the narrator at the same time. So after they made he made a promise to Abraham that he would go find Isaac a wife, he was on stage kind of describing the story, like where he was, and he brought one of the kids on stage with him to represent his 10 camels. They wore like a little sign.
kids have been camels twice now.
By the way, he was an amazing kid.
No, he really was fully dedicated.
It was 10 camels.
I was
He
very
jumped
proud
and
of him.
everything.
He jumped and drank and everything.
I was so
You
sad I
have to
missed
tell me later
the
who
kick.
this is because I want to know who's a great camel.
So disappointed I missed the kick in the air. He was
great
amazing.
camel.
Yeah.
Just really
There were
good talking
10
about him
camels.
being
He was 10
Yeah,
camels.
he was 10
Not just one.
Yeah,
He
a
was 10
sign
He had the
camels.
energy of 10
He had a
camels.
sign that said 10 camels.
Nice.
It was awesome how he played into it. I mean, no practice whatsoever. He did such a good job.
Yes. So Greg was up there telling about his journey and how he started praying, and that he this was the funny part too. He's like, okay, God, the first person that comes to the well and allows me to take a drink of water or whatever. So then Brother Lee comes out. And then Greg's like, okay, wait, let me
The
be more
second person.
specific. He's like, preferably one that's less man-y and more woman-y. So then I come out playing Rebecca, and then he's still praying along and stuff, and then I'm going to the well and grabbing water, and then he's like, oh, I think that might be the one, So then he goes on to how the Bible talks about how he asked her for water, and then she kind of goes above and beyond.
I can't believe I
and
missed
drank
your
the
wedding.
candle. Yeah, well, I missed it too. So anyway, then he asks if there's room for them to stay. So then I go backstage, and he kind of plays out the rest of that scene of how Rebecca goes back to her family. They meet up, they talk, and then they start heading back to Abraham. So then we all come out, and Greg is describing the journey back, and then Isaac's on the other side, and I'm on the opposite end of the stage, and then he tells basically how we arrive, and goes to Isaac, and he's like, look, a wife! And so then... and then Isaac does his, solid one-liner. He's like, marry me! And so, of course, Rebecca and...
Was that his one statement?
Yeah, that was the staple line.
Did he nail it though?
He did. He fully
Okay.
And you should have
committed.
seen Bree. She was just like,
Anyways.
I said yes right then and
Did
there.
you simper?
Whatever that means, probably.
I don't know. I thought he was gonna say swoon.
Some
That would have made
people
more sense.
simmered this week. Some people simmered last week.
Simmer, simper, swoon. Yeah.
What's this Sunday gonna be?
Well, it's a mystery to us all.
We'll figure it out.
And then we head off stage and stuff, and then we continue the next segment. Sorry. Get your
I
work.
was trying to make sure you were.
But yeah, that was it.
So the point of the skit is to tell the story very clearly of Rebecca and Isaac that everybody else can build upon later for the next part.
Yes.
The next one is the chant, Plan of Salvation chant, which I believe, Leia, did you take
Keith
that?
and I did.
Keith?
Keith? Yes, Keith and I did. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, yeah.
We did. Because I
We had
saw
to
the
fill in.
proposal and I was so
She's moved.
overwhelmed and moved by it. I tripped on my
understand.
way up to stage.
Did you really?
Intentionally?
Intentionally?
No, I was really genuinely that, like, wow.
She swooned. And
There was a lot of wowing in that.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's a bench. And it's the Plan of Salvation chant. Guess what right now is?
right. I did see
It was a
Jam.
good transition, yeah. There was kerfuffling and then salvation.
So why is this not
Carefully.
recorded where I can put this out immediately after someone does like Tyler tackling me on
Yes.
stage? I can say, oh yes, but we also have this one.
Carefully scripted, of course.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
all to plan.
Yes, the details
Of
were.
course. I mean,
This is
massive.
not an accident by
Nothing
No.
happens that's not part of the plan ever.
Correct.
It always.
So Plan of Salvation Chat, do we do
We
anything
got
out
up.
of the
We
ordinary?
did one side. The girls, we have them in 3 sections. So I did the left side, from my point of view. The girls stood up and they started the chant. And then the other 2 sections, they were standing up and they repeated the chant. And then we did it all the way to the right side. Same thing. I had them up, kind of moving, just kind of wanted to break it up right there a little bit because they've been sitting so long. They're going to be sitting here in a minute. So we had them get up, move a little bit, get your wiggles out while they did the Plan of Salvation chant. And then right after that, as we're closing that out, Bree's coming right into it with her song.
Oh, with the song, yeah, with the first action song. So they got lots of wiggles out.
Yes, yes.
So you mentioned that we have 3 sections. One thing to note, we actually changed recently. We used to have 2. We had all the girls on the left and boys on the right, which is a nice, clean, orderly way to do it. Except we have so many kids now, and it's inevitable. Every class has it that the least behaved children typically want to sit in the back, and so the less back you have to sit in, the better. And so we've decided to make the widest rows we can possibly make and
Right.
fewer of them rather than have a bunch of rows that are in 2 sections. We're actually created 3. We're just trying to maximize all the space that we have.
Yeah.
We may even go to 4 with those smaller benches that we have now.
Right.
Anyway, we're just trying to get as many kids up close
Yeah.
as possible, because the further they are away, the less we can get their attention. So
And I know at first you kind of questioned, oh, how's that going to go with the middle section? Because we've usually separated boys and girls. But instantly they came and they were ready to sit right on that front middle row. They didn't care if it was...
Yeah,
and it's still they've pretty much divided
they still
boys and girls
but
on the
it's still
same
kind of
bench.
cool on that middle area. It seems like a lot of there's a lot of siblings that they want to
Yeah.
sit together. If it's like a younger sibling and an older sibling, but
Right.
they're like, hey, you go to the girls, you go to the boys, but they don't want to split up. And that there's that middle place
Works
where they
well
can
then.
both sit.
Yeah.
It has worked very well.
Good. All right, and then we did the action song. What song did you do, Brie?
So we did the classic of faith. So the F-A-I-T-H, where you spell with your
You
whole
got a
body.
mountain.
Yeah.
Is that Charlie?
No,
Ronnie Caldwell?
Ronnie Caldwell, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, look it up if you haven't heard that song. It's awesome. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So
Throw yourself into it.
I think Delaney
literally.
posted that. I think it's on our YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure. I think
Yeah.
Delaney recorded it. So
she did. I definitely watched it.
cool.
She's like, I think
I just put out another one of hers.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
it? This
you
week?
did.
I did this week, right?
Oh wait.
Or did I do
Well, there was
Making
one
Melodies
where-
this week?
Making melodies. Yeah, that was that one. It was a group
Yeah,
one.
I just realized Making Melodies, like our old standby, like one everybody knows, has never been out. Like we never posted it, and I don't know how we missed it, but somehow it never got put out.
I was waiting for this exact moment.
Yes, we did. This is nothing happens that's not planned. This was all
Yes,
All planned.
yeah,
Yeah.
this was the moment we planned to release
We're
it.
so carefully
Yeah,
planned.
What are you saying?
She's like, I don't know about your guys' class.
Nothing happens that we don't.
I don't know where. I don't know how to say it. My brain wasn't.
Her brain said it better than her mouth did. Let me tell you
That is
that.
true. In my head, it was perfect.
All right, and then Erica did the mini object lesson, and this mini object lesson is a visual based on the story that will help communicate the lesson. And Erica did it. What happened?
She got married.
Yay! Finally.
Again?
Goodness, how many marriages have we had so far?
Oh, I was like, me again? I was like, no.
Why wasn't I
thought you were
invited
saying
to the first one?
And I was like, wait.
So for the mini object lesson, I kind of piggybacked off of Bree's song, Faith. So what I did was I had a kid come up and I had to make sure he trusted me. And I was like, do you trust me? I made sure 10 times he said yes. So I was like, okay. So then I was like, I put a I blindfolded him. And then I had him walk around the classroom. Not really, just off the stage, around in the back, up on the stage.
But carefully following her instructions.
Blindfolded.
it was a little hard. He didn't know directions. But yeah, and so he got back up on the stage, and then
Next time, we need to find a volunteer that knows their left and right hand, apparently.
Left and rights are hard. Okay.
Go left. No, your other left.
and then I had Bree like quietly bring up a chair, and I told him to sit down, like he was sitting in a chair. That did not go as planned. He literally squatted. So
I'm missing
He
something. I'm
just
sorry.
squatted down instead of sitting down.
instead of sitting down like he was sitting in a chair,
He,
he
crouched.
Yeah.
like, on
Clearly
his
did
knees
not
to the
trust
floor.
her.
Yeah.
And so
Got
I
it.
was like, wait, no, sit down. And I was like, no, try to sit down like you're in a chair. Well, he like did it without even like hesitating, which was really surprising. And then I would like, just told the story about how Abraham and the servant had to have faith when trying to find Rebecca. Yeah.
It was good.
Got it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Then we had a creative memory verse, and from the chat, I understood that Farmer John made a reappearance. By the way, I have a little bone to pick for Farmer John.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I cannot get that song out of my head. Buddy shower,
Can
sing
you please
power.
make it a less catchy song? He's been singing it for 2
Brother,
weeks.
well, the whole point is to be catchy for the
I
kids.
can't
make an even
get
catchier
rid
one.
of it. And in Sumeria.
And it's part of their Bible quizzing materials.
Yeah.
It's part of that.
He's gonna be releasing a CD in a second.
I'm telling you,
Absolutely.
it's starting to drive me nuts a little bit. Like, I'm driving myself crazy singing like Farmer John.
Sing it on the
I'm
bus.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, I've aired my grievance.
Your
Now
bone
let's
has
go
been
back to Farmer John. Sorry.
So what happened was Sister Sarah and Brother Ruben Lamelli came out and they were talking about the memory verse, and Sister Sarah was like, was it Acts 4:12, or I think it was
I think it was Hebrews 4:12.
No, it was
No.
still Acts 1:8.
Was it
When it-
still?
no. She
She
read a
went-
different one.
She did different
JK.
ones. She did
Yeah.
Oh,
Deuteronomy
Jesus
6:4. She did Jesus wept.
Jesus wept, and he was
Did
like,
a
no,
bunch.
that's not it. And finally she got to the last one, which
was.
was Acts 1:8, and then she goes, wait, I heard there was somebody that sang a song last week. She was like, and I was like, did I hear a song? And that was Farmer John. And so I went out there with my guitar.
Can we
And,
have a little snippet of that song?
we played. Oh no, they can look it on Instagram.
Is it the same one?
It has
Yes.
been posted on
Same song.
Instagram.
Oh, same
Same song.
The world
Yeah,
doesn't-
Sunday school posted on Instagram, and I was
Warning.
like, what?
If you listen to it, you will sing it for the next 2
Your
weeks.
life will
Never
change.
forget it. Ever.
Well, the whole point is for the kids to get it in their heads.
It worked. This kid has it stuck deep in his brain.
Even the big kids.
He can't shake it.
So yeah, that was
amazing.
for the.
We did like a training deal at Ventura, and I sang that whole song for him.
Did you really?
Promise.
Oh
Promise
no!
I love it.
Did you give a disclaimer like this is not my song?
Of course. I said
Take
Farmer
credit for
John
it.
came out and sang this
Credit
song
goes to
last
Farmer
week.
John.
He wrote it. It was an explanation of some ways you can teach a memory verse. I said, but like it is super effective because I cannot forget this song.
I love
Like, it
that.
is like
Hopefully the
real.
kids remember.
You're just gonna get a call from Brother Howard. Thanks for that song.
Yeah.
My praise team is singing it.
So you did you
That was
sing the same
our
song?
that was
Yes.
our
So
choir song
she was
today.
like, "Oh, I heard you guys sang a song last week," and that's when I came out. And I was like, "A song, yeah." And she was like, "Can you sing it for us?" Because I wasn't here last week, and I was like, "Sure." So I sang the song.
Nice. So Brother Ruben is one of our newer teachers, and he's very new to this style of teaching. He is one of the most excited, energetic, willing to learn people I've ever met. He's awesome. But we're pairing him up with different teachers that have done it for a bit. So he was with Sarah this week. He's going to be with me, and it's cool because I love to hear his perspective. Like in the altar tonight, he was asking, what are we doing? What are we doing on Sunday? It was cool. Yeah, so it's exciting to see someone that has never done this before, their perspective on stuff. I love it. Then we did another song. That was Bree. What did we do for the second song?
The second song we did was "I Will Trust You" by Group Music. Basically, just taking
We've been talking a lot about trust, haven't we?
a lot of faith and a lot of trust. Well, I mean, yeah, God's doing a lot of things. So, but again, going off the whole the servant had to trust not only Abraham, but he had to trust God that he would lead them to the wife that Isaac was meant to be with. So that was kind of the theme that we were going with. So then we did the song.
What about Rebecca?
Rebecca
Talk
also
about
had
trust.
to trust too.
She never even met this dude.
That's true.
And she's like, yeah, I'll marry him, no problem. Like, what?
I never even thought of it like that.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
She's like the
Like,
ultimate
you haven't seen
character
her for
in
a
this
while.
story of trust.
Right?
Can you imagine some servant come up? Yeah, I'll marry my boss. He's a really cool guy.
Never seen it.
I don't think so.
I'd be like,
Yeah, but after you water all my camels, then you can go marry him.
Then maybe.
It's such a deal I
And
make
you have
here.
to leave your family right now.
Yeah, no problem. I'll drop everything I know as Tristan kicks the mic over.
That was drop everything. Okay,
Yeah,
he was
that was drop
emphasizing.
I was getting ready.
Yeah.
That's a good
Bye,
story
Dad.
idea.
And then Brother Lee did a final lesson. Let me guess, more marriages.
Yes.
3 of them. 4 of them.
Four.
Four, because
Four.
there's eeny, meeny, miny.
So how many did we have this
We
Sunday?
had 5 marriages.
Did any of the
least
kids
five.
leave unmarried?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
They
Even the
all
ones that
left
had
for
arranged
sure.
marriages
They all
left.
went and then.
Okay. I'm with everybody else listening to this podcast. I have no clue what's going on. So Bob Lee taught what?
So
Yes, go ahead.
So he asked if 2 teachers can pick 4 girls and 4 boys. We had no idea what he was doing. I had no idea.
No clue.
Not an idea.
He just said eeny, meeny, miny, all of them.
Yes. So we eeny miny mowed them. Okay. So I picked 4 girls. I forget who picked the
I think
4
Keith.
girls.
Brother Lee did.
Brother Lee did. Oh, somebody did. So we bring them up. And again, we have no idea what's going on. So then he had them all, like all the girls line up in a row, and then the boys, and he had them face each other. And we're like, okay, what's he doing? And then he's like, all right, welcome to the marriage ceremony. And all the girls and the guys are like, and like ultimately traumatized. So then I don't know who walked off first, but they all basically just dispersed and were like, nope, and sat back down.
roaches is what they
Yes.
You know, some kid went home and they're like, "What'd you learn about today?" I got married. Mom, I don't know what to do.
It was a quick exit.
Yes. And so he was like, why are you guys leaving? Kind of thing. And he's like, trust? Yeah.
Pretty much.
He's like, "Did you not read? Did you not listen to the song?"
You guys even get to see who you're
I
married.
know.
You don't have
They were not listening apparently.
Okay, so what was the point of marrying off these 4 couples?
Oh, good.
No,
I'm not trying to.
I did not mean to speak. It just slipped out.
His point was that, so are you saying that it's not a good idea to eeny, meeny, miny, mow your future, spouse or husband, wife kind of thing? And they're like, no!
I mean, that's fair.
They caught that lesson very well.
Yes, and so he kind of goes on to explaining like with big decisions like these, especially like in nowadays, like it's so important to pray and rely on God to find that person for you because He has that planned out. He has that part mapped out for your life so that you can be everything that God wants you to be. But you have to wait and pray and you have to trust that God knows what He's doing to bring you that right person. And that's kind of bringing it back to the story of, the servant, Isaac, Rebecca, that even though nobody really knew how the outcome was going to be, they still trusted in God and they had faith that whatever He was doing, it would be for the better. So that's kind of what he wrapped it up with.
Awesome. It looked like it ended in a great altar call based on the pictures I saw.
It
did.
was. It really was. When they started playing the song, can I tell that story?
Oh, please. Yes, I want to hear it.
When they started playing that song, we have one of our children in Sunday school. He was up, down, all over. I was kind of chasing him all during class.
Is he from our bus routes?
Yes, he is, trying to keep him focused. I called him my little alligator, and he would just smile so cheesy at me. He loved that little nickname. Well, at the end, when the song started playing, you think they're not paying attention. They're not getting anything, especially the busier, rowdier ones, the ones you're chasing around the whole time. And he looks at me, and he has these, dare I say, alligator tears in his eyes. And he's so cute, and he's so sincere. And he's like, oh, I hate this. And I said, what? He goes, this song, it makes me want to cry. And I was like, why? He goes, because when you played that song, it makes me want to cry. And so I sat there and I told him, I explained to him what you're feeling is the Holy Ghost, what you're feeling is the power of God. And it was so wonderful to sit there and talk to that little guy one-on-one and explain to him what he was feeling, the presence of God. And I asked him, do you want to go pray? He said, I'm not ready. Aww. And I said, well, when you're ready, will you come and find me and take me to pray with you? And he said, Yeah, but I'm not ready today.
That's so sweet.
It was
Didn't he
sweet.
do that back-to-back weeks? Something's...
Last Sunday he did the same thing. I'm not sure which teacher he told it to.
He told it to a bus.
Okay, so he told it to somebody else that when we play this song, it makes me want to cry.
Well, I think he said, I don't like that song.
Yeah.
When they asked why, he said, because it makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
But he's slowly learning what he's feeling is the presence of God. It's
That's
not
awesome.
just he
I love
wants
it.
to cry for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were there to talk to him about it. That's exciting. Well, we are 54 minutes in. We're not trying to hit a certain number, so I think we've pretty well beat up last Sunday. And it's late. It is about 10:25 p.m., so I think we're going to probably wrap it up unless you guys have anything else to say.
No, but maybe we'll be more outgoing next time we do a podcast.
Yeah.
Put
If
some
we could just
into
get
it.
everybody just to come out of your shell a little
Yeah,
bit,
you
not be
gotta
so
try.
introverted.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I should be allowed to talk more often.
No, you shouldn't. You're not allowed to talk. I'm kidding. But thank you guys for being here. This whole crew is so much fun. I hope you guys feel the same way that we do about our Sunday school team, that it's the greatest team in the world. That's how you should feel about yours. We genuinely like each other. We like talking to each other. We have a chat that is bonkers. Like in our chat, like we put silly stuff, fun stuff, goofy stuff, jokes, just because it's just a fun community that we've developed. And anyway, it's good times. Thank you guys for being here. Love you all. If you guys have an idea of what you... yes. What you want us to talk about next podcast, just send us an email to info@apostolicsundaySchool.com. We'll be happy to talk about that. However unintelligently, I don't know. Because we've said it many times, we are not experts on children's ministry, but we are super passionate about it. It's what we love. We love to do it. And one other thing is we have 2 podcasts. You probably see Apostolic Children's Ministry, then there's an Apostolic Children's Ministry 2.0. Get rid of the first one and only go to 2.0 because the other one's going to disappear soon. I won't have access to it. But real quick, Brother Danny has something really exciting that he's been doing for quite a while, but we want to share it with this audience. We have a couple times. We want to make it really, really a big push because we're all behind this.
Me and a couple of Sunday school teachers, we have Bree Hinckley, and then we have Tristan and Natalia, and we also have Sarah Torado that do I don't know what you call it, stories, I guess, audio dramas for children. Our main focus is like bus kids that don't have an opportunity to hear things like this at home. So that's what our main focus is. So it's called Apostolic Family Time Radio, and you can look it up. You can go to aftr.com, and that's our website, or you can look up on Instagram for Apostolic Family Time Radio, and you can see everything that we're doing there, and you can also get the episodes on our website. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there.
Absolutely. Have your kids listen to it. They're great stories. And you guys are in the middle of recording one called Knights.
Warriors of Knightsbridge.
And I think it's a series. Is that
Yes,
right?
we're on number 2.
So get involved in that. Get your kids excited about it. It's like Adventures in Odyssey, but good. You know.
Yes.
He's like,
I just made
I'm all
all the
for
Adventures in Odyssey people angry.
no, that's what he.
No, literally, he tells me to stop listening to it.
Like,
I apologize.
Vacation at Wits End.
that's not. Yeah. That's what. How do you think we know that it's better?
I got kids.
It's Adventures in Odyssey, but truth. With
Amen.
Okay, that was a much better way to put it. That seriously now.
We'll let Sarah
It's
talk from
Adventures in
now on.
Odyssey style stories with apostolic truths behind it. Not watered down truths that are good to hear, but you have to kind of explain the real
Right.
truth to your kids.
Gonna be
Yes.
like, but like,
I love
that.
it. Great way to say it, Sarah. That was great. All right, guys, thank you for being here. We love you all. We'll see you later. God bless. Bye.